nose.
I used to
My
use
eyebrows
pomades, and literally everyone would drag me for my eyebrows. Like, I think that's why I don't care what people think, because I literally used to get dragged for my eyebrows all the time in 2017. I remember this girl one time, she like messaged me and she was like, yeah, I don't think you should be using a pomade, or like maybe you should blend it out, or like, you know, like don't use what you're using. And I was just like, who the hell asked her? I still remember. I probably still have like the Snapchat conversation. Wow. She was like, it's really pretty though. I hate people like that, right? Who like backpedal.
Well, okay, so I was at work one time, right? And there was like this nurse at the station, and I think she used a pomade, and it was just bothering me. I don't know why it was bothering me. I should have never said something. It's just so rude. I just, now that I think about it, I'm like, why were you being rude, Simran? Anyways, so her brows were like a line right here on the bottom. She lined it from the top, but she didn't blend in the top. And I kept on staring at that line.
I've had a coworker who did that.
Oh, and I had to say something. I was like, oh, your brows look really nice, but that top part's not blended.
I don't know, Brett.
She gave me the look, and I'm like, Simran, shut up. Don't ever say that to her again.
I'm one of those people where I genuinely believe whatever makes someone happy is like, it's fine. And like, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing with me. If people ask me for, like,
I would want somebody to tell me something's fucked up.
Like, if someone asked me, because here's my thing, right? Like, eventually people do, like, kind of switch up their routine and stuff, right? For me, I just let people be, because I'm like, unless you ask me for a tip, I'm not going to try to be here and act like I didn't have fucked up makeup at some point, you know? Because you never know. Like, some people start doing their makeup hella late in life, you know? So it's like, just be kind. Just be a nice person, you know? I didn't get my ears pierced until I was 21. Yeah.
I think you should get your daughter's ears pierced when they're babies. My mom decided to get my ears pierced when I was in 2nd grade. I had 2 people holding me down. That was very traumatic.
Growing up, I grew up in a super religious, I don't know how many times I have to tell this to people for them to understand. I grew up really, really religious. Like, that means like,
in a strict household.
No, nothing, bruh. Like, I didn't even have guy friends. You know?
I wasn't allowed to have it either.
Like,
I didn't wear dresses, like...
I didn't wear dresses until I went to college.
Well, after my dad passed away.
Even then, I would wear leggings. That's why I feel so comfortable in leggings. I wasn't allowed to wear leggings unless I wore shirts that covered my butt. Like, bruh. Like, that's the kind of shit that I grew up with. Yeah, like, Indian parents will traumatize you. I'm gonna go in with this shade called Nightscape. It's just a dark chocolate. What?
Indian parents will traumatize you. I'm going in with a shade.
I mean, you gotta move on somehow, Brett. Like, queen of transitions.
I have to be so light with how much product I put with this, because this one time, the first time I got it, right, I went ham. Bro, you did not want to see my brows that day.
That's why I like going in with the powder, because it's like very controlled.
But the reason why I like it, it'll stay on, like it'll stay on.
Yeah. ABH makes good products. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with this hot spring shade right here. It's like a dark, or not a dark, it's like a teal, like ocean blue. Oh my god, look at that.
Oh, that is really pretty.
That's really pretty. And I barely tapped into it, bro.
What palette?
The Desert Oasis palette from BH Cosmetics. This palette is such a smash hit, bruh.
BH Cosmetics is on like a combo. I remember my very first palette was from BH Cosmetics, and the pigmentation of that palette compared to the palettes they have now, there's a huge difference.
I don't understand people who do their faces after they do their eyes.
I skipped because I was a little nervous, so I didn't do it beforehand, so I forgot my steps. But I normally like to highlight and contour and then go over with my foundation. My makeup looks flawless with that. Not that you guys care. Just letting y'all know. You'll probably care about what she does. Not me. That makes so fidgety.
Oh my god. The shade, bro. It's a little crumbly. I don't think I've ever used this shade before. These highlights in here are so pretty. I love how we're actually being quiet and doing our shit.
I enjoy
Look
like
at how dramatic my eye was.
just went from 0 to 100 real quick.
0 to like 600. Hella quick.
I like taking my time with my makeup. I find it very therapeutic.
I do too.
But then when I look really bomb afterwards, I'm like, where the fuck do I have to go? Nowhere.
I'm gonna sit on my couch.
I make TikToks.
Yeah, that's true. You make a lot of TikTok. Do you watch any like Hindi shows?
Like serial type shit?
Yeah, serial type shit. Like
no, I
Indian
don't watch
auntie.
no serial shit.
Really?
Actually, I used to when I was younger. Lately, I just haven't found anything that's like up my alley, I guess. I watch a lot of Indian web series though.
I used to watch Kabulha like.
I started watching it, then I like that's the phase where I actually stopped watching like Indian soap dramas.
I used to watch Kabulha like religiously, bruh. Like I was with them through all the little scene jumps, all the time lapses and everything, bruh. Like I was dedicated. I was so mad when they took Garden Singh Grover off the show though, bruh. Oh my god. That boy.
Mighty fun. No
He was
shit.
married to what did he marry to?
Jennifer Wingate.
Jennifer Wingate, and then he left her for yike. Jennifer Wingate is really pretty good. I watched a couple of episodes of what was the show she was on? Saraswati Chandra.
Oh yes. Oh, that was such a good show.
Yeah, I watched a couple episodes. I never went back to it. I feel like I would like it though now.
You know, I own only one blush.
Really?
Yeah. And then I have the
How come?
8H palette that has like 6 blushes. I'll like if I want to play around,
Yeah.
then just that. But like,
I
is it recording?
freaking love you, yes.
I'm the type of person if I don't run on things, I don't get it.
I'm just a makeup hoarder, so can't relate. Wish I could. Also, this is a life hack, you guys. So I bought this little Morphe like brush holder, right? And then instead of just putting the top on, I doubled the space. And then I just put those into my little bag. My little bag is actually from Walmart. It was only 20 bucks. Which isn't that good for 20 bucks?
Which bag?
This bag.
Oh wow.
Right? That's a lot of space.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh yeah. Because at first I was gonna get one of those like little train cases, like the Mac one that I have. But then I was like, I went in and they didn't have any of the like little train cases that I was looking at, and I really needed one that day because we were packing. And then I saw that
I wonder if
one.
my neighbors can see us.
Huh?
I wonder if my neighbors can see us. Oh my god. I saw this little TikTok video where some girl was reading somebody's tweet and it said that if you're not getting a guy, that means you're not putting enough blush on your nose. What the fuck? How does that even correlate?
I don't know.
But I do like putting blush on my nose.
Let's ask your brother if he would like a girl that had blush.
He probably doesn't even pay attention.
Exactly. Do you like a girl with a pink nose? Like, we need to know.
Some girls go like,
We need your answer.
They make it really, really red.
We need the answers.
I was really about to start seeing meat puns for a second.
I spend so much time on TikTok.
Okay. So like I said earlier, the highlight in this palette. Okay, you ready? I don't think you're ready. But
I think I'm ready.
you ready? And that's just a little bit. I didn't even put on a lot. If I put on a lot, that's a little bit too much for my aesthetic, but I know she can go ham with it.
I just want to look like a glazed donut sometimes. Like, shoot me, God.
Do, 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 do. You know what I was about to say?
Or we could meat buns. I can't with you. I'm gonna take the black from the Jocelyn Hill palette. I'm using this Zoeva brow line brush. Look at how thin that is, bro. That's hella precise.
It's pretty though. We'll get the job done very well.
It's so easy to do this. It's like almost foolproof. So what are you doing? Like, let them know what you're doing. She's gonna become a nurse, right?
Yes.
What's like your dream job?
My dream job.
Josh,
My
yes.
dream job has nothing to do with what I'm doing right now. I don't think I have a dream job. I kind of
The AC is so loud.
yeah, sorry. I just I guess have like a career path, not really a job. I for sure want to do something of my own. I don't want to work under anybody in the future. That's like the goal, to have my own business. I'm not gonna say not. Whatever comes my way, I'm happy with it. You know, anything that brings me happiness. So it could be anything. I'm okay with doing a lot of things, but I love fashion, so we'll see where life takes me. I don't have any expectations from life. You know.
It's a good way to live.
Yeah.
My dream job is to be a YouTuber.
You're living it right now.
Yeah.
Right.
To be able to do cool ass shit.
I really want to connect to people. Actually, that's one thing I do want to do. I really want to connect to people worldwide.
Yeah.
Through anything. Literally anything. I love talking. I love to talk to people. I love to hear people's stories.
Okay, I was gonna say you should become a cam girl.
But I love listening to people's stories.
You can connect to people like that.
No, never mind. You didn't get where I'm trying to get to.
Oh, so you don't want to be a cam girl?
No, I don't want to be a cat girl. But I do want to meet. I love meeting people.
Does it smell like something's burning?
No. It's probably because this takes out the humidity from the room.
Okay.
So right now we have a blanket. So it's sucking it to it's sucking my blanket. Wait, I wasn't supposed to say that. It's our backdrop, okay? It's not a blanket.
Blanket who? I don't know her. I always wanted to be on camera for something. That was always like, even as a kid, I loved being on camera.
Yeah.
And I think that has a lot to do with the fact that my dad, like, as soon as I could, like, open my eyes, my dad put me in front of a camera. He loved to take pictures. So I think that just, like, always stayed with me, you know? And it's like, even now, like, when I do YouTube and stuff, it's almost like an ode to my dad, you know?
For me, growing up, I never really had a way of expressing myself because I was constantly, like, I couldn't have friends over, right?
Yeah.
I couldn't do extracurricular activities after school. I was just always in my room.
Yeah.
So for me to express myself, like, you know, like, my glow up was pretty hard. You know, I had a pretty hard glow up.
I feel like most Indian kids do.
Yeah, like, I could only express myself through what I wore,
Yeah.
you know.
I feel that.
So,
Like, for me, I almost feel, like, closer to my dad if I'm, like, doing something that's, like, requires me to film or be in front of a camera. And that's why I think modeling really did change my life. Because it was a new way to really give myself
I did tap the camera. I just tapped my mirror.
in out, you know? And that's why I always, like, it really did change my life. And the funny thing is that there was a time and a place where, like, I literally lost most of my friends in one day. And the funniest thing is the fact that, like, I was so sad and so heartbroken that night, and the next day one of my friends called me up and was like, hey, do you want to be a part of a shoot that's happening right near you? And I was like, I don't know. She was like, come on, like, I really need someone. And I was like, all right. And then, like, ever since then, that was like the beginning of me doing shoots and stuff, you know? And my life just got exponentially better from there, you know? So I think a lot of that, a lot of the confidence and stuff, I really do owe to modeling. So, and I've met, like, I mean, I never would have met you.
Yeah,
I
that's
would
true.
have kept on thinking that you were a bitch. You know? So I think anything that really does make your heart just light up
Yeah.
is worth investing in, you know? Like, even YouTube, like, it just makes me so happy to be able to, like, do videos and stuff. And I, like, even now, like, I was so excited to, like, film this video because I haven't been able to, like, film for the last couple of days. And it just made me so happy because I was like, yes, I'm gonna get back onto my bullshit, you know? I'm gonna go in with the Morphe contour palette in 8H.
But like, you know how you said that you lost all your friends in a day?
Yeah.
For me, just like with like a situation like that, if it was the old me, I would have been like, oh, I totally agree with you, right? But now the new me, the new me totally believes that if they left, they were never meant to be in your life in the first place.
No, I completely agree.
Right.
Like
I don't
like,
consider those people friends.
I completely agree. It's kind of one of those things. I remember seeing a picture, and this was like when I was in high school. I remember seeing this picture where it was like, there's like a little girl and she's holding on to like this little teddy bear, right? And then there's God, and God, like, you can see that God has like this big, like, huge teddy bear behind his back, and he's asking like the little girl to give him the teddy bear. And
She's like, no.
that spoke volumes to me, because it's like sometimes we don't want to give up
something
because we hold so much sentimental value to it, but once we do, we're gonna get so much more in return. You know?
Agreed.
So like whenever I kind of feel like sad about something like not going the right way, I kind of just think of that, and I'm like, okay, like, you know, there has to be like an inner reason as to why.
I just always believe there is a plan.
Yeah.
I just always believe that everything, whether I like it at that specific moment
like
or
like
not,
you're meant to be, like, you're at the exact right moment
where you're supposed to be.
where you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
You know, you're exactly at the right place. Like, there's been so many times where, like, you know, like, I remember this one time when I was a kid, like, you know, my stepdad, he couldn't find his keys for the life of him, right? And, like, he just couldn't find his keys. And he finally found his keys, and he was running late. He was, like, about 20 minutes late. And as he's driving, he was going to the Gurdwara, and as he's driving to the Gurdwara, there's, like, this major car crash with, like, 6 or 7 cars, you know? And it was just like, you know, had he found his keys earlier, he probably would have left. And if he had left, you know, like, so many things, like, you know, there's so many things at play that, like, you can't predict, like, you know, but you're, like, somehow you fall into the world's plan. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like, I think that's, like, a pivotal part of our relationship as well, is, like, the fact that, like, we're both, like, spiritual. I'm not as spiritual as she is. She's like the type of person that like sages and stuff like that. I mean, I genuinely, like, I'm a very big believer in like cleansing and like, you know, cleansing your energy.
Spirituality is always the main part of it is to be internal. You know?
Exactly. And like I think, like, you know, like, practice
like
religion.
Sikhi in general is very spiritual.
Yeah,
and you follow it.
Exactly. And see, I think a lot of people get too sucked up into like the look of it all, like the aesthetic of it all, you know. And I feel like that's when we start to like kind of go awry. It's like, wait, you're missing the point, you know. And like, I've had this conversation with a multitude of my friends, and you know,
a lot of judgment.
A lot of judgment. So much judgment. And you know, a lot of like, I had people tell me before that they couldn't be my friends if like I dyed my hair, and I was like, wait till like, I'm like, I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but like, I don't think this is gonna work out. You know? And I think,
okay if you don't want to be my friend, honey. I'm not gonna die.
And then I think that also, like, you know, it's one of those things where like tolerance. I believe that tolerance is such a big pillar of Sikhi, and I don't understand why people don't understand that you have to be tolerant. Yeah. Like the fact that, like, you know, like, tolerance is such a big part of, like, you know, Sikhi, and like, I feel like people forget that almost, right? Like, oh, like, Sikhi teaches you to be tolerant of everybody's beliefs, no matter what they are, you know? So I just find it so, like, I just find it comical when, like, people are like, oh my god, you're so manmuk, because you don't look like how I look.
What?
Like, you're manmuk. It just means, like, you're not, like, a good Sikh. And I'm like, okay. You know?
Like, you can't, I think I think my beliefs can be very controversial. So
I'm just like, my beliefs are hella controversial.
Like, okay, you're stating that you're a Sikh, okay? You're claiming that you're a Sikh, right? But yet you're saying,
like,
no, in general.
I was like, wait,
I was
like, I'm not.
No, this person, right? But yet you're out here judging.
Exactly.
You know, they're judging you.
See, that's the thing. It's like you're being hypocritical just by judging, you know? See, that's why I never understood.
Like, I just feel like you're contradicting.
Exactly. You're contradicting your beliefs. and what your religion believes, which I never understood because I was like, bro, like,
then are you? And then that makes me question your Sikhi.
It's like,
you know?
are you?
But again, I'm no one to judge. You know, I shouldn't.
Exactly.
But again, you know,
like I think that just goes to show like you really realize when all these people like say all of these things, it's like it's not even something that I've really learned is that like whatever people have to say is not a reflection of who you are as a person. It's more of a reflection of who they are as a person, you know? Because a lot of people, they need to project their opinions or their beliefs on you, you know? And it's like, all right, cool, but you know, if someone said that about you, you'd be pissed, you know? But I never understood that, and that's why I honestly distance myself greatly from that community, because it was like, look, if I want to find my own spirituality, I'll do it on my own terms. You know, I won't do it because like Baba so and so told me to. I'll do it because I feel it. You know, I feel like I want to sit there and listen to Keithan.
Yeah, like I have this issue with people
who
idolizing.
Yeah, who blindly idolize,
bruh. You know, this other person is just a human being, just like you. So I don't understand why you idolize another human being. You should be idolizing yourself. I personally feel that. I feel like God is within everything. Everything living, breathing is.
You know, there's something really powerful that I once heard in Gatha that was like, God is closer to you than your own hands and feet.
Exactly.
Like you could say that my hands and my feet are the closest things to me, but that's untrue.
Yeah.
You know, which is crazy. Like when you really think about that, when you let that sink in, you really realize you're like, damn, like that's hella true. And then you start, and I feel like then you start to internalize whatever it is that you're believing, you know. But it just, it blows my mind, the amount of hypocrisy. And you know what it is? I've talked to a bunch of people, and like the hypocrisy is true in fundamentalist religions across the board. It's true in fundamentalist Christians, it's true in fundamentalist Catholics, it's true pretty much all across the board, any fundamentalist religion, you know? And I think, like, again, like, it's one of those things where we were having a conversation, I think, that was you and me, right? Where it was like, you know, you leave the Gurdwara and you're a completely different person, you know? And you're just like, oh, now I can do whatever I want. But it's like, bro, like, what do you mean?
No, we didn't have that conversation.
Was that not us?
No.
Then maybe I had that with someone else. But I was having a conversation with somebody, and they were like, you know, it's like going to, like, you know, going to the Gurdwara and being like, oh yeah, like, you know, I'm this, that, and the third, and being like, yeah, I'm a Sikh, blah blah blah, you know, and then like going out and then like doing whatever you want to do, you know, standing outside and like, you know, talking shit about people and all that, right? And it's like, what's the point? Right? That's my only question. What's the point? See, that's why I need a podcast.
Yeah.
I need a podcast, right? Because I need to talk about this. And it's funny because like a lot of people that I know that were a part of the fundamentalist community as kids, we all have the same plight. Like none of us, like every time me and my friend Deepa talk, we all have the same plight. Like we talk about the same things, and it's like a validation thing because it's like, bro, I thought I was the only one. You know, I thought I was the only one that had this experience, but it's like, bruh, like, you're from Washington, like, she's from Washington, you know, she's from a completely different state, she's been around completely different people, you know, but our struggles were exactly the same, you know. That tells you a lot about the overall plight, you know. But yeah, that's just my 2 cents on that topic.
I just don't agree with, I mean, but again, I'm no one to judge. Like I always say that. Like there's a lot of things that I will disagree with on people, but they're gonna realize this at their own time. When it's their time to see the truth, they'll see it.
That's true.
You can't force it down nobody's throat, you know.
And honestly, some people will live their entire lives not realizing it, and that's fine.
It takes people decades to be enlightened.
Exactly. The reason why I always tell myself to be positive is that if I tell myself that to always be positive, I'll probably be positive like 80% of the time. You know?
Yeah.
So it's like my way of like overshooting and then like under delivering. You know?
Please work with me.
Alright, you guys, so here are our final looks. We do kind of look like sisters. I can see it.
I can't see it
you
all.
You smell really good. What do you wear? A lot of things.
Right now, I have my face spray in my belt.
That's probably what it is. Alright, so this is the final look. I have a really dramatic one. She's like the
More subtle. With just a pop
au
of color.
natural queen. But let us know if you guys want to see more of her, because I will come over to her house and actually we do have another video planned. We have a
We're gonna be painting.
yeah, we're gonna be painting. We could do a pour kit thing with Jake. I'll just grab those.
We can.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Have you seen the ones where they fling it across?
I have. It seems like a lot of fun.
It seems
Yeah.
So like
I paint though. I low-key feel bad for the paint that's being wasted. I don't know why I'm like that, but I do.
but they water it down, so it's not a lot of paint.
I
that's
know.
being wasted, so.
It looks like a lot of paint to me. I don't know.
Alright, you guys, let us know what you guys think. Let us know what other kind of videos that you want to see from us, or from me, or from both of us. I don't care. Comment down below on how beautiful this one is, so that she'll come back to my channel.
She's flattering me way too
But
much.
with that being said, I love you guys so much. Thank you so much.
I just have to give it to you.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I love you guys so much.
Subscribe to the channel.
And I will see you in a video super soon. Mwah. Bye guys.